Okay, so let's start. First of all, hello to everyone. Welcome to all of you who have managed to join us. So I'm also welcoming today Jonas and Anette Prest-Nielsen from Music Workout company. They are producing some very nice materials for music education activities, and we were very happy when we met them at the last fair in Frankfurt. This is Europe's biggest music fair, and according to our standards, actually they were the best thing that we've managed to find over there. We really like it very much. We also got their materials and used it with our music classes and also with our children. The app was very popular and so on. So, okay, I would like to give the word to you to introduce yourself and also the materials that you have prepared. So we're looking forward to hear more from you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Martin. I am Anette Prest-Nielsen, and I'm 57 years old, and I'm educated as a pianist and music teacher. I was educated in 1985, and immediately after my education, I finished on the music conservatory. I started teaching on different music schools. And I must say I was not very fond of the music theory or training at the conservatory, because I thought I wanted to play, and I wanted to play piano, and I wanted to play all the big Chopin and Beethoven works instead of sitting and making music theory. But when I came out and started teaching, I found out which big importance the oral training and the music theory had on my children. And I was very surprised to find out that almost all my children just loved to make exercises in music theory. And so I started working a lot on the different exercises, and then I found out that the pupils who made the exercises and they got more and more enthusiastic about it, and they got also much better in their piano playing. They just went faster forward in playing big works, Beethoven and Mozart, and they got a higher level faster than most other children. So I got very engaged in music theory and oral training, and in the 1990s I started making my materials. First, I made the exercises on paper or on a board in the classrooms, and then I started making like on paper and painting and writing and with the scissors, like very many music teachers do. And so it grew and got bigger and bigger, and I had more and more materials. And finally, in 2011, I thought, why not try to produce it? And we started making a production only meant for Denmark and Danish teachers. And it was not very big, but with a lot of interest. And so we thought maybe we should try and see what is the interest in Europe for this. And we booked a booth on the Frankfurt Fair, and me and my husband went there in 2013, first time. And after only one day, we were completely amazed that so many people and so many teachers had so big interest in these materials. So the next time went on with starting on thinking, how can we make this better? How can we make the boxes better? How can we make it more international? How can we make the cards to both Germany or France or and we are still working on it. It's not even finished yet because we have found out that, for example, France and Italy and Spain use other letters instead of we use the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, as I can hear you also have in your country. But in France they use, for example, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. So we have started a production with this also. But it's a big work, and but it makes so much fun, and it gives so much joy to see how many teachers were very, very happy for this material. And so I'm continuing, and we also have requests about maybe some other boxes coming up with more advanced materials for students on a higher level. Someone asks us to make a box with more basic materials for smaller children and easier cards. So these boxes we have now are made for, it's basic, but it's also progressive in one case. So I would like very much to show you the boxes, and I think I will start with the big box called Teacher's Edition. And as the word says, it is meant for teachers, but also in families where both parents maybe are very good at music or have music knowledge, they can use it. So it contains 11 groups of different cards, and here you have a lot of cards with rhythms and interval cards with rests. You have small backs here with notes and with bar lines, and you have also for each box you have a manual like this, where you have 9 languages and examples of how to use every card group. The cards can also be combined so that you can use, for example, the subdivision cards underneath the big written cards or the rectangular written cards. Most of the cards have colors on the back side. That is because it would be easier to collect them and put them in the room where they belong afterwards. But the big written cards and the rectangular written cards here don't have colors on the back side because they are meant for turning around. So we can use each side of it. So you can see here on the photo that how many groups we have and what is in the box.
Okay, just a little something I would just like to tell the attendees. The sound is muted, so we are not able to hear you. But here on the left-hand side of the screen, there's a tab where you can chat and you can write down any questions that you might have, and we'll try to answer them. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead, please. Thank you.
Yes. So I would like to show a bit about what is in the big box, the Teacher's Edition box, and you can use the cards. You can combine the cards. The written cards can be combined with the subdivision cards, and the rest cards can be combined with the note value cards. When you see on the photo here, you can also see in the back of on the box, the big box, you can see there's cards for solmization, and I only have known about solmization for 5 or 6 years because in Denmark we not very often use this, and I never heard about it on the music conservatory where I was educated. And for 5-6 years ago, I went to a course, and I learned about solmization, and I was completely hooked on it and started immediately teaching my children. And I was so amazed how quickly and how good they were for listening in the movement of the notes and listening. So I use it every day now, and I just love it. And the children does too. They get very, very concentrated in listening to the conversation. So you can see on behind there is there's 5 note lines, and there is clefs, different clefs you can use. There's a G clef and an F clef and the tenor and alto clef. So you can choose whatever clef you like to put it aside. And also you can maybe you can see there's notes, and the black notes and the transparent notes. And the black notes are meant for notes in quarter notes or maybe eighth notes, and the transparent notes are meant for being half notes. And the reason why I made these were that when I started making solmization, my children were very fast in saying, when I said do re mi fa, do re mi re do, and they said to me, well, the last do you make is longer. And then I thought, yes, that's true. Why not make transparent notes that makes it for half notes or whole notes maybe? Because then they both get rhythm and also the listening for the movement in the notes. So that's why. And also you here can use the bar lines and put it here. So we also, if you see on the picture, we have the rectangular rhythm cards lying there, and here you can see some of my boys playing with the cards on the table. Here I have an example with the rectangular cards laying in a row on the table. One is clapping a rhythm from the cards, and the others are going to see who is the one first to find out what card it was. And then they can turn it around, and another rhythm will appear on the other side. So that's one thing to use them. Also, you can use them in maybe put only 2 cards on the table. If you clap one card and the pupil will clap the other card, they have to concentrate to make their own card, clap their own cards. Also, I use these cards for putting on the piano, and I ask the pupil to improvise over the rhythm. So there's a lot of possibilities here.
Yes. This is what I really love. A lot of different options, a lot of different possibilities how you can use these materials.
Exactly.
You just have to be a little bit creative, and there's really a lot of things that you can do.
Yes, exactly. There's so many possibilities. You just have to use your imagination.
Yes.
Here you can see another kind of group, the note value cards. There's a bunch with 100 cards in of these note value cards. Some of them are easy cards for the beginners, and then they get more and more advanced. But the children love them, and I always say, how fast can you make this? So I want, for example, I say I want 6 bars, and it will be in 3/4, and you have say 10 minutes to make it. And here you can see the boys are really working, and they are having fun. and they had to put the bar lines, of course, and afterwards they had to cut the ribbon. So
Okay.
a lot of fun here too.
Yes.
And also you can put the rest cards into these digging bars, and so they get introduced and confident with the rest cards also.
Okay, nice.
Here we have a group of time signature cards. I sometimes wonder, a lot of pupils, not mine, doesn't know what is time signature, and I think it's very important they know what is the numbers for, what does it mean. So I have made these time signature cards. There are 5 cards on the table, but there are really 6 different time signatures. For each card, there will be 10 cards with different times, different notes, note values. So I use them to take maybe 2 children, or maybe only 1. I use everything for solo pupils too. So I can take, for example, 2 pupils or 1 pupil and spread 20 time signature cards on the table and say, you have 5 minutes to collect this kind of time signatures, say 3/4 cards. Find your 10 cards in 3/4. So it's very funny.
Yeah, nice.
And here we have the note finder cards. I made these because I sometimes wonder that many children today are having difficulties about the notes, and when I made these, they have fun in doing it. It's for each note, say A or B or C, there will be 5 cards starting with this note, and so it means 40 cards in all. The cards are exactly with the same letters, both in the G clef and the F clef, and so they have to find, for example, when I give them the A group, they have to find the exactly the right notes for the letters and put it into the right bunch.
Okay.
Yeah. Also I have interval cards. I don't know if you cannot, I guess you cannot see it very clearly on the table, but I just love intervals, and I think it's very, very important for children to learn the intervals as fast as possible, because they will very, very much easier learn to play beginner stuff also when they know exact what is the intervals on, for example, the piano. So I made interval cards, first a little group with the names, a prime, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and so on. And this is one bunch, and another bunch with the intervals on it. I don't know if you can see it clearly. But it looks like this. Maybe Jonas can show you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe turn. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can see I made it for both that you can both learn the interval. Here it is a second, and after saying the interval, you can tell me what is the note, what the note names, both in G clef and F clef. And also here I use them the same way as the time signature cards. I give the pupil a card saying here is the second and the fourth. Find your second and your fourth cards as quick as possible, and I throw them on the table, and they have to find their interval cards. So it's important for me that they learn to see exactly the distance of the notes. For example, a third is very easy to recognize, both visual and also put it on the piano afterwards. So they find the cards and they also play it on the piano afterwards.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here is a photo of the games box, and you can see there's 3 different games. There's a bingo game. Oh, they love it, and you have to have.
It's really great. It's really great.
Yes.
My wife also uses it a lot, especially for some quizzes, maybe at the end of the school year or something like that, when it's supposed to be a bit more fun. Then she uses that. It's really great. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I do the same at Christmas time and before summer holiday. I collect all my children and in groups, and they play with the bingo cards. And then I have a gift for the winner or the second winner, and they get so excited. And once one of my friends said to me when she saw this, she said, I think it's too difficult. And I asked, why do you think it's difficult? Because I have no difficulties with my children learning this. And she said, but there's breaks. My children doesn't know what a dotted quarter break is, or eighth break, rest, what it is. And I said, well, then you have to learn them. And actually, it is funny to see even small children who has only been playing piano for 4 months or 3 months, and they haven't even learned the eighth rest. But when they hear the other children say, this is a rest, and it fits with the eighth note, they learn it this way.
Yeah, it's true. I'm a bit more interested in the early childhood learning, mostly preschool, and this is where they actually don't really know all the symbols and the notes yet. But this is really a nice way how to learn it. You just show the sign and tell what it is, and then they will learn through it. So it's really very useful. And the musical memory is also something similar. Something very useful also for the smaller kids before they start the school.
Yes, and the music memory is 40 cards, 40 times 2 cards, 80 cards in all. But sometimes when it's small children, you can pick out only 20 cards, maybe from the most easy cards, and then put more and more on it. But I talked with a mother to one of my small pupils, and she was only just being 6 years, and her mother said that she recognized all of the cards. She could remember every card, what is crescendo and ritardando, and so when she started playing piano at 6 years, I didn't have to tell her anything of it. She just knew every word.
Yeah.
So that was amazing, but it just shows that children are really clever, and you can put a lot in their little heads.
That's right.
Yeah. And below we have the domino game in 3 difficulties. The pink one is easy, and the red one is middle, and dark red one is difficult, but it's very funny to play the domino, and I also use it in my groups, and sometimes I give them the easy ones where there are 40 cards, and I tell them how fast can you do this, and I am taking time. So once they made it in 7 minutes, all 40 cards. And but it's really funny, and the big students I have, they use all three groups in one big domino on the table.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, and this is what is music workout in the physical material. And so I would like to tell you about our new coming up, which is the app. We already made it last year and ready. Now we have updated it, so it is a bit better with the sounds and better instruments, and so it's a very funny thing to play with for children learning music. I can show you here. I know you have it already, Martin.
Yeah, I tried it, and our nephews just love it, really. They are 4 and 6 years old. They can do it for half an hour without any problems. They're totally into it. Yes. It's really a great game. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it properly because of the light.
It's okay.
This is how it works. You can see the 3 different kinds of categories. You have classical, contemporary, and music symbols. If you click the classical, you can, let's go here. Then when you press a card, I just need to get the sound on. Then you hear a sound clip and a picture of the instrument. And then of course you have to find the matching cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have the classical and the contemporary instruments, but also music symbols, where there's up to 40 cards, which means a total of 80 cards. So you have to find the match. And it's the same principle, trying to just like this. Only the music symbols, for example, is time signatures, and a metronome is playing the time signature. Or if it's notes, a time signature will be playing, a metronome will be playing, and then the note, how long it lasts. So it's learning and having fun at the same time.
Yes.
And also, when you have played it with the visual and sound clips, you can play, there's a mode called just audio. And I guess your children have been playing just audio as well, if they've been playing for a while, Martin.
I don't think they've found it yet.
They haven't found it yet, okay. But the just audio is actually the same principle, but then you don't get to see what is being played. You just use your ears.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
You have to use your ears all the time, and especially in music symbols, this is great training because you can no longer, you have to be able to hear how long a note lasts, or the value of a time signature, or etc. What does 40 means, and so on and so on. So it's about challenging the student to a maximum.
Yes. So. I really love this app, and because also we believe that musical memory game, as we call it, is really the most efficient and the best game for small children, preschool children, to really start somehow being introduced to music. We do it in a slightly different way with some different instruments like bells or rattles or whatever. But also this app is a great way because you have visual and audio representation of something, and you have to train your ears and your mind to be able to recognize that. So it's really a wonderful game. Yeah, we love it very much.
Yeah,
So,
I'm very glad to hear that.
yeah, we do definitely. Okay, have some more prepared about the presentation, or is this about it?
I think it's more or less it. I mean, there's always more in music workout
Of course.
because you can use it in so many ways, and actually the fun part is when people like you find out the ways to use it, then you can start a discussion and a debate on the ways to use it, and so it's a tool to use.
Definitely.
So.
Okay, I would just like to ask the participants if they have any questions. Just write it down on the left-hand side of the screen under the chat box, so that we'll read that and try to answer that. Okay, just one more question. You said that those materials can also be slightly modified if needed or something like that. Can you tell us a bit more information about that and about the pricing itself and so on? So how to get hold of your materials? What's the best way to get it?
The best way to get it is to write me an email, or you can also go on the homepage, musicworkout.dk, and you can order it from there. And the prices for the big box is €200, and for the small box it is €80. It's very, very nice inside, very good quality. I remember in the beginning when we were going to start a production of the boxes, a lot of people asked me why do you want these plastic boxes, like a suitcase, or why is it why don't you just make a box with the paper or thick paper or something like that? It's more cheap. But I was very determined that I especially wanted it this way, because I know as a music teacher, you have to walk a lot around. You have to change buildings or schools and in and outside buses or cars. So I wanted something which was easy to carry and easy to handle, and so this is why I make the boxes like cases to carry around. And it's produced in Denmark, and it's very good quality inside. And
yeah, I agree.
If you have any particular requests, we will always open to make something customized of some sort. But of course, to start a production would mean that we have to have enough orders on it.
Yeah.
But we're pretty much open, and right now we have a German and an English edition, so that the German one has the H. Previously, you saw a picture of the note finder card showing a B. We also have cards with H instead. So it differs from country to country, and also with the solmization, we are working on trying to get solmization cards instead of letter cards. So we are open to any kinds of suggestions, but of course it has to be able to. We have to be able to start a production on it. So it's,
of course, I understand. There's a lot of
Also, if you have one sport, for example, teaching position, and then you are teaching in a classroom and you need more solicitation cards or more note value cards. Once you have bought one box, you can always order different kind of the cards without buying a new box. So if you need more solicitation cards or you need more note value cards, you just order a bunch of these.
Yes, yes. Well, regarding the box, I agree with you. Also, my wife used that a lot, and it's really practical to carry around, and it's quite durable. It's safe, even in the school. Sometimes it has to be a bit more rugged, or when you carry it around in the car and so on. It's better to have it really safe. Yes. There's a lot of people that have signed for the webinar from Slovenia, so I guess it would also be useful if we might somehow gather, if there's going to be a lot of orders, we might somehow gather it and have it perhaps ordered together in a bunch, if we might have any special wishes or anything like that. But okay, we'll agree on that. We'll see how it works out, of course, if there's going to be a lot of interest.
you can always write if you have questions about anything.
Of course. Of course. Okay. So that's about it for the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been very interesting, and we like your stuff very much. And we wish you a lot of success also in the future, and also hope to that you'll make some new materials as useful as these ones. Okay, just one more question. What's the pricing of the app? Maybe just that. You forgot to mention that.
The price on the app is, I believe, exactly €3.59.
Yeah, so that's also quite a rather cheap option for a very nice musical application, right?
Yes, and I can add to info on the app. If you work on a school or like a public school or a private school, whatever, and you want to have a license deal on the app, that will probably in the near future be possible to do that. So you can buy a license deal for the whole school, so you don't have to buy separate apps. So we have a school package.
Yeah.
So that would probably be available in the beginning of the new year. So if you have that in mind for teaching, I mean, it's a good alternative. A lot of people in Denmark are interested in that solution because in music classes, sometimes it's hard to maintain focus for all students at the same time. If you have 20 students at the same time, and to have something else to keep them occupied with that is still learning something. So that's possible as well. Within a few months.
Also, we can tell you that now it's finally come to Apple. It's also made for iOS now, because in Frankfurt you could only get it when you had the Android. But now it's for both. So you just go on the Music Lookout on the App Store or on Google.
I believe I have sent some keywords on how to find it. It's very easy.
Okay.
So, but we very much enjoyed being able to make this online course, and we hope we can get another shot perhaps sometime.
Yes.
Yes, no problem. We'll arrange that. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a nice day and a lot of success to you.
Okay. You too, Martin. You too. Thank you.
And best regards to your wife.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye.